Hi, welcome to Applied English class with Nehemiah. Today we'll be looking at pronoun table. What is pronoun table? Pronoun table is a chart that organizes English pronoun by types and function. I take that again. Pronoun table is a chart that organizes English pronoun by types and function. What do we mean by types? It means we'll be looking at the personal pronoun, we'll be looking at possessive pronoun, we'll be looking at reflexive pronoun. What do we mean when we say by function? We'll be looking at the subject, the object, and the possessive adjective and the possessive pronoun. Let's give you the diagram of the pronoun table. Let's take up this. All right, we have a big table. Draw a table. And in this table, we are going to start off by giving you the pronouns. The pronouns that we have here, we have the pronouns in each arrangement by types. We have the personal, we have the possessive, we have the reflexive. All right, so this is the pronoun. Now we take up the personal pronoun and put it in the first box. So we have personal pronoun. You write it well now. All right, now for the personal pronoun, we have the first person singular, the second person singular, and the third person singular. So let's put it there. We have the first person singular, the second person, let's give a space, second person singular, we have the third person singular. Okay, now also we have the first person plural, second person plural, and third person plural. Well, let's deal with the first person singular, second person singular, and third person singular. So we have the subject, which is my function. So we have the object. So we also have the reflexive pronoun. So we also have possessive. Now, what we're going to do is that we are going to fill in the gaps with the correct pronouns that ought to be there. And let's fill in the gap. For the first person singular at the subject level, you use I. Then at the object level, you use me. Then at the reflexive pronoun of it, you use myself. Now, for the possessive pronoun, you use mine or mine. All right, now this is for the first person singular. For the second person singular, you use you. For the third person, for the second person singular, the subject level, use you. The object level, use you. For the reflexive, you use yourself. Then for the possessive, you use yours. For the third person singular, you use at the subject level, you use third person singular, you use she, he, it. Okay? Now, for the object level, you use her. You use him. You even use one or it. All right? You use one. Space is not enough. Let's put it here. And then you use one. All right? Now, for the reflexive level, you use herself. You use himself. You use himself. You use itself. You also use one self. All right? Now, but at the possessive level, you use his, you use has, you use its, you use one's. All right. Now, these are the arrangement or the organization of English pronoun by their types and by their function. But over here at the personal pronoun, we use first person singular, second person singular, and third person singular. And these are the arrangements. Now let's say we have a question. The question says that, remember, the matter is strictly between that. Remember, the matter is strictly, let me remove the between. Remember, the matter is strictly that. A, among you and me. B, between you and me. C, among you and I. D, between you and I. Now, what's the answer? You look at this question, it says that, remember, the matter is strictly among you and I, between you and I, among you and I, and between you and I. Okay, I think among you and I, among you and me, like that. All right, now, how do we choose the right answer? We need to know the sentence says, remember, the matter is strictly at the adjunct, at the object level, you should use me. And for the first person singular, you should use me. For the second person singular, you should use you at the object level of the sentence. Now we have, remember, the matter is strictly, what's the object there? Me. And what's the object there? You. Now, for the among is when we have more than 3 persons in that situation. Between is when we have just 2 persons involved. Now, let's look for between. Between you and me, which is the correct answer. Not you and I. You and I is at the subject level. All right, let's do another one. Baba and Dash participated in the tournament. Baba and Dash participated in the tournament. A, he. B, him. C, his. And D, his. Now what's the answer? Baba and he, Baba and him, Baba and his, Baba and his. Let me write this on this side. All right. Now, to choose your answer, you need to know that Baba is the subject. You need to look for the subject form of the pronoun. Baba and what's the subject there? If you go to the third person singular, the subject there is he. Okay? So it will be Baba and he. not Baba and him. Baba and he, where's the he there? That's it there. Baba and he participated in the tournament. So that's the right answer. And let's go to another one. I hope you understand what I just explained to you. At the Baba and Dash participated in the tournament. Now look at Baba. Baba is at the subject level. So look at the third person singular. He is also at the subject level. Good. Let's look at this one. My brother and Dash went to the market. My brother and Dash went to the market. A, my brother and me. B, my brother and myself. C, my brother and I. Now, let's choose from here. What's the right answer? My brother is at the subject level. So when it says my brother at the subject level of the first person singular is I. So we have my brother and I. So my brother and I went to the market. That's the correct answer. All right. Notice the structure of the sentence and find the right pronouns to apply at certain sentence context. All right. Now, let's look at this one. The teacher invited Atman and Dash into her office. The teacher invited Atman and Dash into her office. A, Atman and me. B, Atman and I. C, Atman and myself. What's the right answer? The teacher invited Atman, and look at Atman. Atman in this sentence is at the object level. So the teacher invited Atman, and look at the object level of the first person singular, me. So the right answer should be the teacher invited Atman and me, not Atman and I. I is at the subject level. All right. Now, having said this, we move to the third person singular. Let's do that on the board. We move to the third person plural, second person plural, first person plural. So let's start off with the first person plural. We'll need a red pen to just demarcate, and so that you will not have the same thing. All right? And then we need to manage the board. First person plural. All right? So we have second person plural. All right? Please understand. Second person plural. Just want to manage the board so that we don't second person plural. So we have third person plural. All right. For the first person plural, what do we have there? For the first person plural, we have we. All right. For the first person plural, at the subject level, we have we. Now, at the subject level, we have we. At the object level, we have us. Now, for the reflexive level, for the reflexive pronoun of the first person plural, we have ourselves. Of course, ourselves. These, ourselves. Which one is the right one? Well, this is grammatically wrong. There is nothing like ourself in English grammar. The right one is ourselves. So that's what we have there. Now, at the possessive level, you use ours. Okay? Now, all of the second person plural remains you at the subject level, you at the object level, yourself at the reflexive level, and yours at the possessive level. Now, for the third person plural, The subject, you use they. The object level, you use them. Then the reflexive level, you use themselves. Then the possessive level, you use their or theirs. All right. Now, this is all we've got for you on the pronoun table for today's class. And let's give you another question. Look at this question. It is dash responsibility to take care of their parents at old age. All right, we have A, we have theirs, we have B, we have theirs with apostrophe, we have C, we have their, we have D, we have theirs with apostrophe. Now, if you look at this sentence, we are going to examine the sentence before we answer the question. It says, it is that responsibility to take care of their parents at old age. It's talking about the third person plural. All right? Talking about the third person plural, are we to use their or theirs? Well, you should understand that the right answer there is without apostrophe. Take away all these guys that has apostrophe. So we're going to be using their, which is the right answer. Let's do one more. The choice to go to university or not is dash. A, yours. B, yours. C, yours. D, your. Now, what's the answer? We're talking about it could be the first person singular, the second person singular, and also referring to the second person plural. Anyway, the answer should be, remove the ones that have apostrophe. This is not the answer. All those ones with apostrophe is not the answer. So the right answer, of course, is not your. The right answer is yours. All right. This is all we've got for you in this video. And if you're going to be writing UTME exams, we will help you to cover your UTME scheme. So thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. And you're always welcome to follow for more. And don't forget to click and use the share button. Thank you.